Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. Okay, we will proceed to the calculation part for the aggregate plan. So in order to prepare a full set of aggregate plan, the first thing that we need to do is to calculate the standard output first. Okay, so what is meant by standard output? It means how many units can be produced by the company in 1 month by using all the resources. All the resources here means by using all the workers. Okay, so in order to calculate the standard output, okay, I'm going to show you how to calculate the standard output first, because your aggregate plan relies on your standard output. So you have to make sure that the standard output is correct first before you proceed to preparing a full set of aggregate plan. So please refer to example 10.2 in your textbook. So I'm going to use this information just to show you how to calculate the standard output sahaja. Okay, so refer to the additional information given for this example. So the additional information given for this example 10.2 is in table format like this. Okay, so this additional information can sometimes be given in sentences. So please make sure that you understand all the additional information given. Okay, so to calculate the standard output, what are the information that we need to have? Okay, out of all the additional information. Okay, tak semestinya ke semua additional information ni kita guna. So just to calculate the standard output, the first thing is we need to find what is the rate given for the standard output itself. So this is the rate given for standard output. It is the term used here is also standard output. Sometimes the term used here is labor hours per unit, so it depends on the question. So standard output is 20 minutes per unit, so we will have to work from here. This is the first information that we need to know. The second information is we need to know how many hours the company is working in one day. Okay, that is for standard output calculation. The third information is how many days the company is working in 1 month. Over here it is given 26 days. And finally, how many workers the company has at this moment. So there are 15 workers working in this company. So by using all this information, we can proceed with calculating the standard output. That is how many units the company can produce in 1 month by using all the workers. So let's try to understand the first information. Okay, the first information here, standard output, it gives over here, the rate given here is 20 minutes per unit. So we need to understand this first. Okay, what I'm going to show you here is a step-by-step approach. This is not a professional approach, but it is more like an easy approach. Macam saya tunjuk kaedah kepada budak sekolah. So it is not a university level approach. But by using this step-by-step approach, I can guarantee that you will get correct answer. Okay, later I'll show you a professional approach. But let's try this approach first. Okay, so let's try to understand what is meant by standard output 20 minutes per unit. So cuba interpret maksud dia. So what it means is every 20 minutes, 1 unit will be produced. So this is the meaning of standard output 20 minutes per unit. So you have to interpret it correctly in order to get the correct standard output. Okay, from here, from 20 minutes per can produce 1 unit, that comes directly from here. Then from 20 minutes basis, we have to convert into 1 hour basis. Okay, so 1 hour basis is very important. Cuba convertkan ke semua standard output ni kepada 1 hour basis. Kalau tak dapat convertkan kepada 1 hour, later you have to convert into 1 day basis, okay, to be on the safe side. So 1 hour basis, we have to know how many hours the company is working in 1 day. So how to know how many hours? We will use the second information given here, that is the company is working for 8 hours. So if 1 unit can be produced, not 8 hours. 1 hour, how many minutes are there? So there are 60 minutes. So we are not going to use the second information yet. So in 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. So if 20 minutes, we can produce 1 unit. So in 60 minutes, we are able to produce 3 units. So this is per hour basis. Okay, daripada asalnya 20 minutes for 1 unit, we convert and make it per hour basis. That is 60 minutes. So this one will not be given lah. This one is, it is already set, or you have to know it automatically. In 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. So in 60 minutes, 3 units can be produced. Okay. From 1 hour basis, we move forward and make it for 1 day basis. Okay. So in 1 day, we need to know how many hours the company is working. Because we stop just now, the company can produce 3 units per hour. So 1 jam kita dah tahu company boleh keluarkan 3 unit per hour. So how about 1 day basis? So 1 day basis, we need to know how many hours the company is working. So we use the second information here, that is the company is working for 8 hours. So for these 8 hours, you cannot assume. You have to search in the additional information. So if 3 units can be produced in 1 hour, what about 8 hours? That is 1 day. 3 units times 8 hours. So in 1 day, the company is able to produce 24 units. This is per day basis. Okay. Then we move forward from 1 day basis and we make it for 1 month basis. Okay. So 1 month basis, kita kena tahu how many days the company is working in 1 month. So this is the number of days the company is working in 1 month. Okay. So the company is working for 26 days. Again, this one you cannot assume. You have to search in the additional information. So if 1 day the company is able to produce 24 units, what about 26 days? So 24 units per day multiply with 26 days, then we will get 624 units per month. Okay, 624 units per month. Okay, and lastly, we have calculated for 1 month basis, and please remember that 624 units for 1 month here, it is only for 1 worker. Untuk satu pekerja sahaja. But now the company has 15 workers. So we need to calculate how many units the company can produce by using all the workers that the company has. So for all workers, altogether the company has 15 workers. So we take 624 units per month, multiply with 15 workers. This is for 1 worker basis per worker. Then we will get 9,360 units for 1 month for all workers. Okay, so this is what we call as the standard output for 1 month that the company can produce. So this is a step-by-step approach. Okay, you can also use a professional approach. Okay, because you are a university student, so by right you should be using this lah. But I don't mind you using this. Okay, first of all, we take the rate given for standard output and we try to convert into 1 hour basis. So the standard output rate given here is 20 minutes per unit. So this is in minutes. Try to convert into 1 hour basis. So 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. So we take 60 minutes divided by 20. So this portion refers to 1 hour basis. Okay, then multiply with 8 hours. That is to convert into 1 day basis. Then multiply with 26 days. That is to convert into monthly basis. And finally multiply with 15 workers. That is to calculate for all the workers. And we will get the same thing, that is 9,360 units. The standard output in 1 month for all workers. You see the flow is exactly the same. Okay, 60 kali 8 kali dengan 26, and finally we multiply with 15 workers. So make sure that this is correct first.